basketball for over 25 seasons.
No look, Bibby to Weber, down the lane, flying jam. There's your play of the night right there. It's inside to Sabonis, a two-hand rip, a brilliant pass from De'Aaron Fox.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
Sacktown Sports.
It's time for game night, getting you ready for Sacramento Kings basketball.
He's got the bucket!
Game night is presented by Power Business Technology, your locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Contact them at 844-POWER-BZ or visit them at powercopiers.com. Here's your host, Scott Marsh, alongside the high flyer, Henry Turner.
And a pleasant good evening to you. Welcome inside Golden One Center. It's time for game night right here. Sacktown Sports, 1140 Scott Marsh. Along with the high flyer as we get you ready for Kings and Clippers. It's the final of 5 home games for the Kings before they go out on their last 4-game East Coast road trip. It won't be easy for them. For the Clippers, they're finishing up a 4-game road trip. They were on the East Coast. They've won 3 straight on the road. They're trying to finish out a perfect road trip tonight. They'll be doing it without Kawhi Leonard. We'll get into all that and a lot more. But high flyer, I tell you what, I'm looking outside the windows here at the G1C. The sun is out. I've got a little spring fever right now.
Oh, yeah, another perfect day for GoCo. Looks nice outside, Scott. I'm with it.
It does. We need to do some broadcasts from outside. We'll get that going.
That would work.
As the month rolls along, hopefully it'll be a long, busy month for the Kings. That's still to be determined, and it'll be determined in large parts on what they do tonight and certainly what they do back east over the next few days.
I'll tell you what, Scooter, we are definitely in a position to right now. This is where the rubber hits the road, baby, because the Kings have to have almost every last one of these games to get to where they need to be.
No doubt. Kings 43-31. They're a half game back of Phoenix, who won last night. They found the way to get the job done in New Orleans. That was a big win for Phoenix. And by finding a way, I mean having Devin Booker go for 52. That's the way they found a way to get that win last night. He was incredible. So the Kings trying to keep pace. They get back at a tie for 7th. With the Pels loss, they're 45-30. They're only 1 game ahead in the loss column. Of course, the Pelicans come in here next Thursday night. Can't get ahead of ourselves. The Pelicans do own the tiebreaker against the Kings, so essentially 2 games up. But you can see all these combinations working out. The Suns come here next Friday night on the 12th. The Kings are going to have a chance to determine their outcome on the court.
No doubt, Scooter. I mean, we really push the pace about those 2 Dallas games. Mm-hmm. But once again, like you said, the Kings still have a chance to be able to, right the ship, but it's coming down real quick because they have to play 2 teams that they are really fighting and struggling against. Like you said, you just alluded to it. New Orleans, the Kings are in a scrap with them, but New Orleans already have the tiebreaker with us. But the biggest one is going to be with the Phoenix Suns.
Yep. And right now, that 22-point comeback win by Phoenix is looming large right now because the Kings would already have the tiebreaker against them if they hadn't folded in that game in Phoenix last time out. But as it is, they can still win, get the season tiebreaker against Phoenix. But all that means nothing, Henry. As you know, being a former player, more than anybody else, you can only take care of the business in front of you. And obviously tonight, the business in front of the Kings is the Los Angeles Clippers.
That's right, Scooter. And you just talked about how well this basketball team has been playing on the road. They were back east. They took care of business. When you got veteran players on your team that has been to the mountaintop, that knows how to get jobs done, sometimes all it takes is for those guys to just click. It's a little different when you have a ball club to where, you have to get guys acclimated. Yep. That's a little bit tougher situation. But, when you have a Paul George, when you have a Kawhi Leonard, when you have a James Harden, one of those guys can put you on their back in any particular night. You just alluded to it. Booker put Phoenix on his back and willed them to win. Well, the LA Clippers got 3 guys they could choose from to do that.
Yeah, they've got just 2 tonight without Kawhi, but Paul George had 41 in the win last time out against Charlotte. So this Clippers team has a ton of firepower even without their best player. We'll get into all of that. And, of course, I know you spoke to your good friend Brian Shaw, who's a part of the Clippers coaching staff. I had a chance earlier to talk to our good friend Mark Hughes, who, of course, is assistant general manager for the Clippers, a former member of the Kings coaching staff. So we'll get in their thoughts about what's going on with the Clippers in the league as well. But let's go back Sunday night. The Kings get a much-needed win against the Jazz, a team struggling mightily, came in losers of 8 straight. That game was a little scary early third quarter. The Jazz came out, hit a couple of threes in the corner, tied it up at 58. Mike Brown took a timeout. Love to have been in that huddle to see what he said, because when the Kings came out, it was a different Sacramento Kings team that was defending the corner three, getting out and running, and they just took apart the Jazz from that point forward to get the home win by the final score of 127-106.
Well, the thing about the Utah Jazz is, Scott, is that they had a very young team. I didn't know their squad was that young. I mean, they had 3 20-year-olds in their starting lineup. So, for me, it seemed like the Sacramento Kings could get whatever they wanted. It wasn't too much of a resistance as far as being able to score the basketball. It was more so on the Sacramento Kings making the right reads and doing the right things out there on the floor.
Yeah, they definitely did all of that. And again, defensively, they were a little light early on covering that corner three. Utah was taking advantage of it time and time again. As we know, the Kings have struggled with 3-point defense this year. They've gotten marginally better as the season's gone on. But once they got that under control, got out and running, they certainly took advantage of the situation. It was a 39-25 third quarter.
You know what, Scott? I honestly think it's more so of a mindset for the Sacramento Kings. Yeah. It wasn't like they couldn't defend that corner three. Yeah. It was more so they took those dudes lightly, and was letting guys get to that spot. Yeah. And when Utah started knocking them down, all of a sudden it's like, oh snap, these dudes are knocking these shots down. Yeah. Now all of a sudden you want to flip the light switch in the Kings. We know definitely isn't that squad to where you can just flip a light switch and say, okay, now we're going to defend that corner. But they were able to do it against Utah. Yeah. You can get away with certain things against Utah, but it's other teams that you can't.
You're not going to be able to do that against LA tonight for sure. Keegan Murray stepping up with 25 points. Of course, he had 47 in a game earlier against the Jazz with that unbelievable 3-point barrage performance that he had. De'Aaron Fox had 24, and Harrison Barnes had 24, had another 20-plus point game for the Kings, his 13th of the year. And we know when Harrison Barnes gets over 20 points, this Kings team is very, very tough to beat.
And, Scott, I mean, that has been the biggest mystery of this whole year, because it isn't like anybody on that basketball team has a red light. Everybody has the green light to do whatever it is they want to out there on that floor. Their offense is a read and react offense. So for Harrison Barnes to be able to give you those type of numbers, we see it. You're capable of doing it. What happens in those games where you only have 6 and the other games where you only have 4? Because you're still playing the same amount of time. Yeah. I honestly think Harrison Barnes can do whatever it is that he wants to do out there on that floor. It's just all up to, does he have the mindset to get it done? Yeah, well,
he certainly did on Sunday. Sabonis, again, another double-double for him, 57 consecutive and counting for Domas. And the Kings, defensively, they are trending in the right way. They kept Utah under 110 points. That's 9 of the last 11 times they've kept an opponent under 110 points. So the month of March and hopefully extending into April will continue to trend well defensively for Sacramento.
Well, Scott, I would like to see that, because it's going to take everything. And when I say everything, we might have to put Doug Christie back in a uniform. It's going to take everything the Kings got for them to really just tread water here and still try to go into the playoffs with a positive. Right now, I mean, we got too many guys just injured. Malik Monk was Herculean. I mean,
for sure.
To lose Malik Monk, that's like losing 1/3 of your body part. Yep. That's going to hurt a lot. Yep. There's no one guy that you're going to be able to plug in and say, be Malik. It's not going to happen.
Nope.
That's going to have to be done collectively. And that's why I say the Kings are going to need everything, Scott, everything they got to make up for him.
Yeah, no doubt. Doug Christie down there on the floor. He looks like he could still give the Kings some minutes.
Hey, we might need him, bro.
We might need him indeed. Speaking of Kings players bringing some minutes, we saw Trey Lyles back out on the floor first time in 10 games. And we saw Sasha Vezenkov back on the floor as well. Sasha being out for weeks with that grade 3 ankle sprain. He played 10 minutes. Trey Lyles played close to 19. Your thoughts on both of them?
Like Trey Lyles. I think Trey Lyles has been here long enough. The guys know him well enough to where he just falls back into his role. He's got a very high basketball IQ. They really don't run anything through him. He's a utility guy. That's what he does best. Sasha's a different type of guy. Sasha is a proven scorer. He's been a scorer all of his life in Europe. Now, I honestly think Sasha still hasn't found his way on his basketball team. He still looks like a guy that's out there to where he don't belong. He hasn't found his way. He hasn't found his niche in the offense. He doesn't know when and where to pull the trigger. And that's what makes him look so stagnant out there on the floor. I know the guy can play basketball. You just don't get a European MVP and you can't hoop, Scott.
Yeah.
The dude can hoop. He's just in a situation right now to where he hasn't been on the floor in so long. He still hasn't got acclimated to the Kings system.
Yeah, good points. All right, the Kings in that Utah win, it was a 23-2 run in a span of less than 5 minutes. They got 13 points from Barnes in that stretch. The quote of the game from Keegan Murray, quote, "Every time on the offensive side, we found the open guy. HB was ready when his numbers were called. I feel collectively we did a good job of finding the right guy and making the extra pass, so we got the open shot." Our look back at Sunday night's game brought to you by Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. As for the points in the paint, again, the Kings have been light in the paint here. Now, they did win the battle against the Jazz. It was 42-34, but feels like it's been a long time since we've seen the Kings with 50 points in the paint. Sabonis hasn't been as dominant. He's been getting his doubles and his occasional triple-doubles, but it just hasn't felt like he's had the same impact in the last several games.
Well, with Domas, he's never been dominant down in the low post as far as scoring. When you look at him, okay, he can get 10 points easily a game.
Sure.
So that's 1/3 of that triple double. He's going to always be a big time rebounder. That's 2/3 of that triple double, and he passes the ball as well as a guard. So I'm not saying triple doubles come easy. I'm just saying pointing out how he's able to get triple doubles. But at the end of the day, you feel like a lot of other people who watch him and say, well, yeah, triple double, yeah, double double, but he isn't dominant down in the low post. Yeah. They were able to get away with that with Utah. Utah had a bunch of kids down there. Yeah. The Kings got whatever they wanted. Yeah. But at the end of the day, Sabonis is going to definitely have to pick it up. Everybody on this team is going to have to pick it up and do a little bit extra, and it's going to come down to him really scoring the basketball.
Agreed. And it was done by committee on Sunday, but as we kind of opened up with, you feel like at some point during these next 8 games, which is all there's left here in the regular season, there's going to have to be like a 40, 45, maybe a 50-point game from De'Aaron somewhere along the way, or possibly a 30-20 game from Domas, or just something out of the ordinary that's going to get the Kings over the hump and potentially into a playoff spot.
Scott, with these teams that we have coming in here, I'm looking at De'Aaron. De'Aaron's going to have to average 30. Mm-hmm. Sabonis is going to have to average 20 to 25.
Yep.
All right. The rest of the guys are going to have to, give more than what they've been given, because, it's going to take that just to win.
Yep.
You think about our scoring and our productivity as far as our bench play, it's dropped significantly. Mm-hmm. So our starting 5 really have to get into gear and make things happen.
Yep. No doubt. All right. We're underway from the Golden One Center. Game night coming to you until 6:30 tonight. When we come back, we'll break down the Clippers. Again, we had a chance to talk to some Clippers peeps. Brian Shaw and Mark Hughes will give you their thoughts on where the season's at and how they see the Western Conference as well. Game night is always brought to you by our good friends at Power Business Technology. Experience how the power of family can help you with all your business equipment needs. Give them a call today, 844-POWER-BZ, or go to powercopiers.com. They'll be in the house tonight rooting on Sacramento. And, of course, our points in the paint look brought to you by RT Painting, your trusted and reliable painter in the Sacramento market since 1998. More of Game Night coming your way right here, Sacktown Sports, 1140.
The final game of the homestand concludes Tuesday as the Los Angeles Clippers pay a visit to Golden One Center and the Sacramento Kings.
It's fourth quarter Fox time. He's doubled, throws a pass cross court to Keegan, steps to his left, launches a three. He's got the triple. It's the fourth one from downtown in 5 attempts by Keegan Murray. And the Kings have tied it at 101.
Catch all the play-by-play starting at 7 on your home of the Kings, Sacktown Sports. Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out sacktownsports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on sacktownsports.com.
Want more speed? Well, Xfinity just increased their internet speeds, and they're faster than ever. It's time to get more out of your internet with faster speeds from Xfinity. Now through June 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for only $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. That's double the speed for the same great price. Click, call, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and auto-pay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment, taxes, and other charges extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary.
Kevin Lewis with National Garage Door, reminding you that in Sacramento, National Garage Door is the king of garage doors. We service, sell, and install garage doors and openers. Call us today for your basketball special. A new 16x7 Rainer garage door with insulation and a belt drive opener for only $24.49 installed. Give us a call today, 916-638-4554.
638-4554 National Garage Door. Let's face it, nothing makes you look older than you really are than thinning hair. But what if you could not only increase your hair count, but promote new hair growth without surgery, without drugs with potential side effects, and without a prescription from your doctor? Well, now you can, thanks to a breakthrough new supplement called Hair Grow. Provided by New Nordic, the #1 supplier of dietary supplements in Europe. Hair Grow is now available in the U.S. Only Hair Grow contains Tocogaya, a powerful antioxidant that has received a U.S. patent. Multiple clinical studies show Hair Grow is safe and effective in promoting new hair growth. In one study, 95% of the patients using Hair Grow saw increased hair count. Don't lose more time and more hair. Try Hair Grow today to feel and look your best. Just go to newnordicusa.com or visit Walgreens or Amazon to purchase. Look younger and feel more confident with Hair Grow by New Nordic at newnordicusa.com.
Welcome back into game night right here, Sacktown Sports, 1140. Scott Marshall on with the high flyer, Henry Turner. Beautiful day in our capital city. Absolutely gorgeous. Temperature in the 70s. Sun out. This is what it's all about this time of year. And, of course, for the Kings, they're in a dogfight to get into the Western Conference playoffs. Currently sitting in the 8th spot, a half game behind Phoenix, which means if things ended today, they would be heading to Phoenix for a play-in game. If they lost that, they would have to play the winner of the Lakers and the Warriors, who are currently sitting at 9 and 10. We'll break all that down for you in the next segment. But let's just focus on tonight. Tonight is all that you can take care of, and the Kings have a very tough challenge tonight with the Clippers, who come in 47 and 27. They're 20 games above 500. It's been quite the season for them. Obviously, they started without James Harden. They got off to a decent start. They traded for James Harden. They lost 6 straight immediately, and then they've just been on this incredible run since. They've slowed down a little bit of late. They've only won 6 of the last 10. But they are 3-0 on this road trip so far, trying to cap it out with a perfect mark tonight. I know you're good friends with Brian Shaw. You've known him a long time. He's part of that coaching staff with Tyronn Lue. I know you had a chance to catch up with him earlier. What's he telling you?
You know, he's telling me that they're pretty much trying to do the exact same thing we're doing. They're just trying to hold on and make it to that playoff spot. You know, he said that they played some good basketball, and then they played some bad basketball. Mm-hmm. He was like, you know, their team is kind of like Jekyll and Hyde. Yeah. Some nights they look great. They look like all the Hall of Famers are clicking together. He said they had a good little run with it for a while. He said, then all of a sudden, the ugly dragon raised his head again, and then all of a sudden, guys start going on their own accord.
Yeah.
So, what ball club we're going to see tonight, definitely don't know.
Yeah. Well, we do know no Kawhi Leonard tonight, and I think it always starts and stops with Kawhi and his health. And in talking to Mark Hughes, we are just both talking about health, and obviously the Kings have been bitten pretty badly here in the last couple of weeks. We all know that with Monk and Herter. Obviously, anytime Kawhi Leonard misses time and it's soreness in his knee, whether it's just rest or whatever it is, you always take a deep sigh, especially in April. And so Mark was looking for something wooden to knock on and all of that. But we all know with the Clippers, I mean, for them to get where Steve Ballmer is demanding this team gets, an NBA championship, you can't do it without Kawhi Leonard on the floor.
Not at all. But you got some very nice complimentary guys that can pick it up and get you there. Is Russell back? Is he playing or is he still out?
Russell is back.
Obviously, I thought I seen him walking down through the tunnel.
Yep.
So, as much as we like to joke and really poke fun at Russell Westbrook, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer dude. I mean, the dude can get it done out there on the floor. Paul George is one of the best two-way players this game has ever seen.
Yep.
Right? And you still have James Harden running the point. I mean, just think, if James Harden had one of those Houston flashbacks, it could be a wrap easily.
Yeah, no doubt with Harden and George and Westbrook, I mean, they still have a lot of firepower. It probably isn't good enough to win it all without Kawhi, but still a formidable team, and that's the challenge we're going to see tonight. I think the thing that's interesting with the Clippers, right now they rank third in the league in offensive rating, and they rank 28th in the league in defensive rating.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Is this team good enough with the way their defense is playing to make a run, even if they have Kawhi or not?
To win it all?
Yeah.
To win it all is going to be tough. But I'll tell you what, they definitely got enough to get there.
Yeah.
They definitely have enough to get there. Now, once they get there, think about this. Paul George has been there. Kawhi has been there. Russell has been in big-time games. Harden has been in big-time games.
None of them have won it.
They haven't won it, but they've been in big-time games.
Sure,
so I'm saying they know what it takes to be there. Zubac's also. I like Zubac's game.
Yep.
All of those guys have been there. None of those guys are going to get to the dance, Scott, and then all of a sudden their eyes get big.
Yeah.
No, I mean, they have been there. So, can they get it done? I think they can, but it's all about those guys coming together and playing as a cohesive unit.
At full health and fully charged. I mean, right now there's separation with the top three teams, with Denver and OKC and Minnesota, at least from a record standpoint. Would you put the Clippers in the same category as those three teams, or are they a step below as you look at the playoffs?
I'll tell you what, fully charged and everybody's playing their role, I'll put them right up on the Denver. I don't think Minnesota could do anything with them. I don't think OKC can do anything with them if they're playing at their potential. They got just that much firepower to where, they should be able to steamroll.
Yeah. It'll be interesting, too. Norman Powell, who's had an excellent year coming off the bench. Some people feel like he may be the sixth man of the year. We're obviously biased here, and deservedly so, because Malik Monk has had a sixth player of the year season. We don't know how not being able to finish the regular season will affect that, but Norman Powell is certainly another key piece that sometimes gets overlooked.
Yeah, and I like Norman Powell's game. I mean, he's him just like Malik. He's that guy that comes off the bench and gives them that spark. He's a game changer for them. He can get it done from outside the arc. He has a low post game. I like Powell because he's physical. He uses his body a lot. If he gets a smaller guy, he's definitely going to take advantage and take that guy down to the post and take him to the cup. He isn't one of those guys that's going to just elect to shoot threes all day and all night. So, basketball IQ is high. So I can see where he's high up there in the rankings for six man.
Yeah, no doubt. And the other thing, too, the Clippers can bang you up inside another team that gives Sabonis problems because of the length of Zubats inside, who went for 24 and 12 on Sunday night. Had a great line. He was 7 of 8 floor. He was 10 of 10 from the line. Mason Plumlee's back now. He was hurt earlier. Not playing a lot of minutes, but another guy you can bring off that bench. Daniel Tice, another one who wasn't playing a lot, but they do have a lot of height inside that they can compete inside. And that, as we know, is one of the Kings' Achilles heels.
Oh, no doubt. They got guys that they can throw at Domas. For real. I mean, if you look at Zubats and he has one of those 20-10 games, I bet it hasn't been too many games where the Clippers have lost when he's giving them those type of numbers.
Yeah, no doubt. Obviously, they're very good in games like that, like on Sunday night when they got the road win in Charlotte. All right, we'll take the break. When we come back, I'll ask you, kind of setting up as we go around the league, are the Clippers the best team in LA? I'll save that until we get back. The Lakers are getting it together. It's a little scary right now as they're in Toronto tonight. We'll get you caught up on all the other scores in the league, the other news and notes as well. It is coming down. It is crunch time. It is April madness in the NBA. You got to love it. And the Kings are right in the thick of it. Big game tonight against another Western Conference and Pacific Division opponents. It's game night right here. It's brought to you by our good friends at National Garage Door. Call today for your basketball special, 916-638-4554. We're game night right here, Sacktown Sports, 1140.
The final game of the homestand concludes Tuesday as the Los Angeles Clippers pay a visit to Golden One Center and the Sacramento Kings.
It's fourth quarter Fox time. He's doubled, throws a pass cross court to Keegan, steps to his left, launches a three. He's got the triple. It's the fourth one from downtown in 5 attempts by Keegan Murray. And the Kings have tied it at 101.
Catch all the play-by-play starting at 7 on your home of the Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients meet us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BC. That's 844-769-3729 or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Welcome to a brighter future with Aztec Solar, serving Sacramento since 1980. Everyone knows that solar saves money. How much? The answer is a few clicks away. Visit yourpowersavings.com. It's fast, easy, and reliable, giving you instant insight into your potential savings.
I used to pay $400 a month to the power company, and that $400 a month added up to $48,000 over the past 10 years. That all changed when I switched to solar with Aztec Solar.
Now it's your turn to stop overpaying for electricity. Calculate your solar savings right now at yourpowersavings.com. And Aztec Solar will email or text you how much you'll save every month. Plus, we've got an exclusive offer for you. Get your solar electrical system for just $9,995 cash price after incentives. Don't wait. This deal won't last forever. Visit yourpowersavings.com today and take the first step towards energy independence with Aztec Solar.
Hi, this is Henry Turner, a.k.a. the High Flyer. I've done a lot of amazing things on the basketball floor, but now it's your turn to be amazing. For more than 55 years, Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Sacramento has helped out the youth beat many odds. Too many littles, especially boys, are still waiting for volunteers, Big Brothers. Volunteers to spend at least 4 to 6 hours a month with local youth who needs guidance and support. So donate your time to Big Brothers and Big Sisters of the greater Sacramento area. Get involved. It's easy as a layup. Call 916-646-9300.
With RT Painting, our name says it all. We are a reliable and trusted commercial and residential painting company serving the Sacramento area since 1998. Employee owned, our attention to detail is second to none. Put our decades of experience serving our community to use for you. Get a free quote today. Call us at 916-900-8112. That's 916-900-8112. Or go online to rtpainting.com. That's rtpainting.com. RT Painting, your trusted and reliable painting contractor of choice.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
No look, Bibby to Weber, down the lane, flying jam. There's your play of the night right there. It's inside is Sabonis, a two-hand rip, a brilliant pass from De'Aaron Fox.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back into game night right here, Sacktown Sports 1140. Scott Marshall on with the High Flyer Henry Turner. We're taking you until 6:30 tonight, getting you ready for Kings Live pregame. Tip tonight, 7 o'clock, Kings and Clips, final game of the season between these two teams. The Clippers hold the advantage right now 2-1. Kings can even up the season series. Probably won't come into play, but you never know. Clippers are 4 games up in the loss column right now of Sacramento. Both teams have 8 games left to play. Be tough for Sacramento to catch them, but again, you just never know how things are going to shake out. So it's a big game in that respect. It's a way bigger game just for the Kings to get a win tonight and keep pace with the Suns, who are 44-31. We'll continue to break down the matchup in our next segment. We'll have the injury report for you. But first, let's go around the league, get you caught up on everything else going on. Game night's brought to you by Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Sacramento. If you have a heart of service, you want to do something good in our community, becoming a volunteer mentor to a kid who could use an outside mentor, well, it's a great cause. Check it out by going to bbbs-sac.org. You can learn all about it there or call 916-646-9300. Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Sacramento. High Flyer and I were proud to have them as sponsors of game night. All right, I left you with the question going into the break. Which is the better team in LA, the Clippers or the Lakers? Watch out. The Lakers are 9 games above 500 right now. They're in Toronto. It's a terrible Toronto team right now. We know that. But the Lakers are up 30 in this game. Make it 33 now with 8 to go in the fourth. So they're going to get the 10 games above 500. They're 43-33. They have the same amount of wins as we do here in Sacramento. We're 2 games up in the loss column. Are they the better team than the Clippers right now? And secondly, should we be concerned about falling to 9?
Okay. I'm going to answer that second question first.
Yeah.
Yes, we should be concerned about falling to 9, no doubt. Because L.A., Golden State, and Houston is playing good basketball.
They are.
They're finding ways to win.
Yeah.
And, yeah, we should be concerned about that. That first one.
Yep.
Is the Lakers, are the Clippers the best team in L.A.?
Yeah.
I'm going to say yes, but doesn't matter. No. Because I don't care what goes on in the league.
Yeah.
They're always talking about L.A.
Sure.
They're always talking about Lakers.
Right.
Lakers this, Lakers that. Even when the Lakers were in 12th.
Yep.
Headlines were still LeBron and AD. LeBron and AD. So, even if, let's say, for example, if the Lakers don't even make the playoffs and the Clippers go all the way to the finals, it's still going to be about, okay, what is LA going to do next year?
Sure. It's the Lakers town. It's like
exactly.
It's the Yankees and the Mets argument, right? I get all of that. I guess what I'm trying to say, let's just say the Lakers do find themselves in the playoffs. Who's the bigger threat to advance, the Clippers or the Lakers? Who's built better for the playoffs?
It's kind of hard to go against LeBron when he's rolling.
I know it.
It really is. I still think the Clippers got a better team.
Okay.
The Clippers, hands down, starting 5 all the way down to the bench, got a better basketball club.
Yeah.
But that means nothing, Scott, when you have another guy that's on the side that has a hell of a will to win.
Yeah.
That weighs volume when you talk about winning the basketball game. You don't need 10 guys when you got that one guy on your team that's like, I'm not going to let us lose.
Absolutely. It makes everybody else better around them. All right. So we caught you up on the Lakers. They're going to win tonight, no doubt about it, as they're rolling in Toronto. Other games tonight, the Wizards are beating the Bucks right now, 102-97. That's interesting. It's still midway fourth. Bucks could certainly come back.
Hey, even a garbage can get a steak every once in a while.
The Bucks are 3 games up on the Cavs for the second spot, so they still have some cushion there. Sixers and Thunder, OKC winning in the city of brotherly love, 73-65. The Thunder are 30 games above 500. The Kings will be there next week.
You can say whatever you want about OKC. It's a fluke. It's luck. Whatever else. It's a one-time thing.
Nope.
They continue to win.
They do. Huge game in Miami right now between the Knicks and the Heat. Miami winning 68-58 in that game. Of course, the Kings are going to be in New York on this road trip as well. They're coming up. In fact, that will be the next game for the Kings on Thursday night. So Knicks losing right now on the road. They're trying to fight for a first-round home playoff series. At halftime, the Timberwolves are leading the Rockets 54-45, and the Rockets might be starting to fizzle just a little bit. Incredible run, 11 straight. They lost to the Mavs. If they lose to Minnesota tonight, they do play the Warriors coming up in their next game, but it's going to be tough for them to catch Golden State. They're two games behind the Warriors, and the Warriors are playing the Mavs tonight, by the way. But the Warriors have the tiebreaker against Houston, so that's the X factor right there.
Right.
So we'll see if they can somehow turn that around. As we said later on tonight, Spurs in Denver. You got the Cavs in Utah. And the Mavs and the Warriors, that's that makeup game from earlier in the season. So interesting scheduling for the Mavs. They played 2 out here with 2 days in between.
Right.
They had to fly back to take on Houston, to fly back here to take on Golden State. So, I don't know how the league maybe could not have figured out to play that game earlier, but that's just the way it goes. We'll see if it affects the Mavs at all, who are rolling right now 7 straight. And we know how good Dallas is right now.
No joke. Jason Kidd has got those boys playing at a very high level, and and they might understand the task at hand. This is their time. They got a very nice group, and they got nice complimentary guys. They're trying to make that long push.
They are. They're threatening to try and get a first-round home game as well. They've passed the Pels. They're in the 5 spot right now, and in sight for them. They feel like they can catch the Clippers, so they're definitely rooting for the Kings tonight, I would think.
Oh, definitely. I think everybody, Scott, wants to get as far as they possibly can up that ladder, because this year, man, it's definitely been tight. Really think about it. 1 all the way down, it's been tight. 1 or 2 games can drop you from where you are down a few spots. So everybody's trying to gobble them up.
No doubt. All right, looking around the league, obviously the big news in this OKC Philly game is the return of Joel Embiid.
Wow, the big fella coming back.
The big man is back. Is he back in time to save the Sixers season?
Where is Sixers at?
They're in the 7th spot right now.
He can make it happen. If he comes back playing the exact same way he did when he left, oh, yeah, he can make it happen.
Actually, correction, 76ers are in the 8th spot right now. So as it would stand, they'd still be in the 7-8 playing game, but they would have to go to Miami.
I mean, think about it is, would you want to see a healthy 76er team with Joel Embiid in the
play? No, absolutely not.
Would you bet your money on that?
The Sixers were rolling with Embiid, and what kind of gets lost a little bit was Embiid was going to be the MVP of the league again.
Right. I mean, he was having that type of impact. So if he comes back and he's playing anywhere close to where he was, look out.
Yep. So Embiid in the game so far has played 21 minutes, 14 points, 7 assists, and 4 rebounds. So if he can get himself ready to go for that postseason run, you certainly can't discount what the possibilities could be for the Philadelphia 76ers. We're going to be talking about this upcoming in the injury reports, but not only Kawhi Leonard out tonight, but he has flown back to L.A. for treatment. I don't know if that's a huge deal because they're going to be back at home, but interesting that he flew straight back to L.A. yesterday, did not come with the team here to Sacramento.
No, that's to get him another day of treatment. I understand that.
Yeah.
If you're not going to play, you don't need to be here. You go to LA, you get that work done, get some treatment, and because they're probably looking at, we got some games coming down the pipe to where we're going to need you to play.
Well, to your point, they play Denver on Thursday.
Right.
So, so they've got their work cut out for them for sure. All right, we'll take the break. When we come back, we will focus in on the Kings and the Clippers. We'll get you a full injury update report. And, of course, we'll break this one down. Game night being brought to you by Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. Check out their full line of luxury vehicles at mbofstockton.com. More of Game Night right here, Sacktown Sports 1140.
The final game of the homestand concludes Tuesday as the Los Angeles Clippers pay a visit to Golden One Center and the Sacramento Kings.
Sabonis rolling in the paint, eludes the defender, and a two-hand flush is thrown down off the dribble.
Catch all the play-by-play starting at 7 on your home of the Kings, Sacktown Sports.
With RT Painting, our name says it all. We are a reliable and trusted commercial and residential painting company serving the Sacramento area since 1998. Employee-owned, our attention to detail is second to none. Put our decades of experience serving our community to use for you. Get a free quote today. Call us at 916-900-8112. That's 916-900-8112. Or go online to rtpainting.com. That's rtpainting.com. RT Painting, your trusted and reliable painting contractor of choice.
It's a mystery where Old Spice finds its amazing scents like Himalayan sea salt, but I'm thrilled they have because no other body wash exfoliates and moisturizes 24/7 like Old Spice Gentleman's Himalayan sea salt body wash. Now, if only there was a mountain range separating the Indian subcontinent from the Tibetan plateau where I could hide my Old Spice and keep my family from stealing it, my impossibly smooth skin will finally be safe.
Join Macy's and Trust for Public Land to bring more parks to more people across the country now during Earth Month. Throughout April, you can help turn vacant schoolyards into vibrant parks. Just donate online to Trust for Public Land or round up your Macy's store purchase up to 99 cents and donate the extra change. Give back today and find out how we're helping people in the planet thrive together at Macy's.com/purpose.
Marcus is a connoisseur of anything that's free, so he was happy to read the disclaimer on TurboTax Free Edition.
Roughly 37% of taxpayers qualify. Form 1040 and limited credits only. See how at TurboTax.com. That's me.
File your taxes 100% free with TurboTax Free Edition and get your max refund guaranteed. See if you qualify to file for free at TurboTax.com. See max refund guarantee details at TurboTax.com/guarantees.
I'm going out with the girls this weekend. Nails done, outfit stunner, and my skin, I know it's going to be glowing because I glammed up my shower routine with new Olay Indulgent Moisture Body Wash. It smells so luxurious and moisturizes deep into my skin with its super rich, creamy lather that's bursting with vitamin B3. So my skin glows and my confidence grows. Try new Olay Indulgent Moisture Body Wash for glowing skin in just 14 days.
Welcome back in the game now right here, Sacktown Sports, 1140. Scott Marshall on with the high flyer, Henry Turner. We'll be with you until 6:30 tonight. Henry stays for Kings Live pregame. Jason Ross sits in my seat here. They'll take you until 7 o'clock. G-Man with the call tonight. Kings and Clippers, big game. They're all big games now. Only 8 games left for Sacramento, 4 at home, 4 on the road. And of the 8 games, and again, this season proven that there's no such thing as a game that is winnable on paper or a game you think they would lose on paper either. But if you just looked at the remaining schedule, high flyer, and again, we know what that means, but the 2 games that stand out that you think the Kings are going to, quote, get would be the game in Brooklyn and the game against the Trailblazers on the final game of the year. The other 6 are all knee knockers. Clippers tonight. You go to New York, Madison Square Garden Thursday, a back-to-back in Boston on Friday. You have to go to OKC next Tuesday, and you come home and take on a Pelicans team you have not beaten in 4 tries so far, and then that capper Friday against the Suns.
Yeah, I'm with you, Scott. I mean, you look at the situation. You definitely say the Sacramento Kings are looking uphill. You know, the one good thing about this team that I do like is that, you know, the Kings have already proven that they can definitely come out and, you know, manufacture wins on the road. They've been able to win big games on the road. So can it be done? Yes, it can. Have they done it before? Yeah. So, you know, but at the end of the day, like you said, those games are going to be tough. Go into New York, tough. Go into Boston, tough.
Yep. And again, the Kings' record on the road, really, there's no difference between their home or road record. They're 22-15 at home. They're 21-16 on the road. So I guess that's a good sign going into it, but obviously the caliber of competition is very, very difficult. All right, let's look at the injury report for tonight's game. It's brought to you by the Arnold Law Firm, providing justice for you since 1975. If you're injured, call the Arnold Law Firm at 916-777-7777. For the Kings, we know that Malik Monk is out 4 to 6 weeks with the MCL sprain in his knee. Kevin Herter most likely done for the year, certainly throughout the rest of the regular season and at least a round or two of the playoffs. Unlikely he would come back at all. But the Kings do have Sasha Vezenkov back. He played on Sunday. He's a go tonight. Trey Lyles, who also played on Sunday, is a go for Sacramento. They have also activated Colby Jones. And we should mention the Stockton Kings finished with the best record in the regular season in the G League. Lindsey Harding was named Coach of the Year for the G League. That's awesome. They start their playoff run on Thursday, but they're going to have to do it with Colby Jones. He's been called up. And, that's the thing about the G League. Obviously, once you get to this time of year with all the players' moves and transactions, you may not have the team that you had for a good portion of the year down there.
Right. And, and if you come up short with the Kings, taking your best players up, you really can't look at that as a negative.
No.
You have to look at your body of work, what you got done while you had all of your guys at your disposal.
Yeah, no doubt. So congratulations to the Stockton Kings and Lindsey Harding for doing such an incredible job there. As we mentioned for the Clippers tonight, no Kawhi Leonard. So a part of their big three, not here. Kawhi went from Charlotte on Sunday directly home to L.A., knee soreness. And so we'll see what that means for Kawhi Leonard. But obviously the health of Kawhi Leonard over the last several years has been as much a story of Kawhi Leonard as anything else.
I'm pretty sure when the Clippers got Kawhi Leonard, they actually thought that he was going to be able to give them a lot more than what he's giving them on the court.
Yeah.
He's definitely a game changer when he's out there on the floor. But the problem is, and we talk about this all the time, Scott, the best ability is availability.
It is.
And if he's not out there on the floor, well, he's not giving you much.
No doubt. And obviously what a difference of a year it's been for Sacramento. They had relatively no injuries last year. Certainly this year, a much different story.
Oh, we see how volatile the situation can get, and especially when you talk about, okay, we have to make this last ditch run to make things be solid for this team. But you're trying to make that ditch with a bunch of guys that's not at your disposal.
Yeah, it makes it a lot tougher. Absolutely no question about that. And that's what the Kings are faced, and that's what they'll have to do. And obviously the Western Conference has been way better this year.
Oh, for sure. All the teams have been better. I think it's been less injuries. There's still been injuries, but it's been less. But with that being said, a lot of basketball teams have really stepped it up.
They have indeed. Obviously the Pelicans are without Brandon Ingram. That's hurt them. Denver hasn't had Jamal Murray for a while. Jamal's supposed to get back. Nuggets have done a great job of holding their position without him. Of course, they've got the Joker, who very easily could win MVP. Luka making a great case on his behalf as well. But this Western Conference has been amazing this year. And for Sacramento, they have very close to the record they had last year, but it just shows they're in 8th place right now.
Yep. What a difference 1 year makes. You had the number one offense last year. You finished third. You're looking good. Everybody thinks that, oh, yeah, we have finally come to the mountaintop. We have made it. And then next year, it's something totally different.
Yeah, no doubt. All right. Paul George still out there tonight. Got to think it's a Keegan Murray assignment on Paul George.
Oh, no doubt. He's definitely going to get that number one spot. But, it's going to get done by committee because I would say Keon Ellis is going to see him. The King switches everything. That's one thing on the defensive side of the Sacramento Kings I do not like. They really elect to switch all 5 positions. I wouldn't do it because I think at some particular point you put your big guys in a bad situation.
Yeah.
But that's what they do. So when it comes down to, okay, who's going to see Paul George? Well, a little bit of everybody.
No doubt. And obviously the Kings, they try to keep Sabonis out of the pick and roll defensively as much as they can. Teams want to go right after that, and that makes it tough too.
Yeah, but the problem is, Scott, you don't want Sabonis to be in the pick and roll, but you switch everything.
Yeah.
And good teams know how to basically call what they need or call the number to where Sabonis is going to be involved in the pick and roll at some place at some point.
If you've got a weakness, they're going to find it.
Oh, no doubt.
There's absolutely no question about that. And obviously for Sacramento, their defense has been better. As we've said, March has certainly been an improvement for them. The Clippers are a team that just played little defense. And we'll see if the Kings offensively can take advantage of that one tonight. It'll be really interesting. Some of the matchups on that end of the floor. We'll see De'Aaron Fox tonight. And who do you think gets the assignment on him tonight?
On De'Aaron?
Yeah. Westbrook coming off the bench, so.
I mean, we know, I would say probably Norman Powell.
Might be. He'll most likely be off the bench as well. So.
I would say Powell and man.
Okay.
Because I don't see James Harden staying in front of De'Aaron Fox. I don't see Paul George staying, even though Paul George is a two-way player, but he's probably going to be stuck on Keegan Murray somewhere.
Yep.
So I would say probably one of those two guys are going to be on De'Aaron.
Yep. And what's the answer for the Kings when they play a team like the Clippers who have a lot of height inside? They're going to pack it in the paint. What do the Kings do offensively to counter that?
Oh, wow, Scott. I mean, at this particular point, you have to play your style of basketball. I'm going to say the Kings definitely want to run. I think that's their best chance of winning this game because you don't want to get into a half-court game with the Clippers. They're big, they're strong, they're lean. You don't want to get into a half-court game to where you have to come down and watch the Clippers while they have their defense set. Your best opportunity to score will be in transition, will be off steals, will be off of deflections.
Yeah, no, I think that's true. And the Kings, that was part of the issue against the Mavs on Friday night. They got out and ran in that first half and slowed it down in the second half.
And looked great. They looked great that first half. As soon as they start slowing the game down, that's when it starts to get mucked up. And all of a sudden, the Kings offense gets stagnant.
Yep. How about James Harden tonight? What's the defense on Mr. Harden?
Wow. I mean, Scooter, you're hitting me with so many questions about so many players. James Harden, you just have to try to make it as tough as you possibly can on him. And, and I would like to say this, on the defensive side, you would go at James Harden.
For sure.
You would think the Kings would actually, seek him out and say, okay, we're going to always have him in a pick and roll.
Yep.
We're going to always have him in DHOs and see how he defends.
I agree with that. You're right. Man will start off on Fox and Harden will start off on Ellis. I think that's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
And then you see where it goes from there. It'll be interesting. Obviously, the Kings want to tie up the season series. We know what happened last year, one of the great games in NBA history, that double overtime, 176 to 175. I don't know if we'll have the fireworks of that one tonight, but obviously both teams need this game for different reasons.
Both teams need this game. I really don't care what LA needs. It's all about what Sacramento needs, and we need this game, so they better come out and play some good basketball.
Yeah, they got to be ready to go tonight from the beginning. I think that's pretty obvious. And like you said, there is no cure-all for not having Malik Monk, and games like these are the ones you really miss a Malik Monk, especially late in the game.
Oh, no doubt. When you need some firepower, when you need to get the ball up and down, when you need somebody to be able to get down to the teeth and spray out for three, Malik Monk was that guy.
No doubt. Well, as we said, Mavs and Warriors tonight, too. That's a huge game. How do you explain this one? The Warriors, they've turned it on. They've won 4 straight, all on the road. They're 22-15 on the road, but they're only 18-19 at home this year.
I don't understand how the Warriors have become Jekyll and Hyde in the 2 years. Last year, they couldn't win on the road. This year, they can win on the road, but they can't win at home. Have no idea how they twisted that around.
Yeah. Did they have a chance tonight against the Mavs?
Always. Golden State have veteran players who have been there. I'm big on veteran players, Scott, because I know at any particular point, those guys can get it together. If you got a young team that's still trying to find their way, I would say no way, no how.
Yeah.
But this is the Golden State Warriors. Yeah, they're going to always be able to have a chance.
That's true. And right now, the Mavs are playing the best ball, arguably, in the NBA. Winners of 9 of their last 10, 7 straight. And they've just been awesome. And Luka is certainly making a case for MVP right now.
Very high, because what he's been doing the last couple of games, the last week or so, is Herculean. I mean, he's definitely been putting that team on his back, and they've been winning real tight basketball games.
Yeah, no doubt. So lots to play for. It's April here, but it's Kings and Clippers. That's the game we're most concerned about. It'll be interesting to see the rotations tonight for Coach Brown. Do you think we'll see more of Sasha and Trey than we did the other night?
I would say we're probably going to see a little bit more Trey. I don't know where we're going to be at with Sasha, because I think Sasha is still a question mark. I honestly think Sasha still hasn't really solidified himself as where he needs to be and what he needs to do out there on the basketball court for this team.
Yeah.
So, Trey is that guy. Basketball IQ is high, a utility guy. He knows what he does well. Sasha is more so a scorer. So is he going to be able to fall back in that mode? I have no idea.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. It might be more of an Alex Len type night, too, with the big men for the Clips.
Alex Len is going to get some run, and we might even get a chance to see a little JaVale McGee, depending upon how the Clippers utilize their big men.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, well, huge ramifications tonight as the Kings finish out their 5-game homestand. It didn't go the way they wanted to. Obviously, those 2 losses against the Mavs, if they have a chance to make it a winning homestand and get a huge win tonight before going out on the road. Their final road trip upcoming 4 straight outside of Golden One Center. That's going to do it for game night. Henry, is always great to work with you. Have a great call tonight.
Yes, sir. Let's get this win, Scott.
Should be a lot of fun. All right, it's the Kings and the Clippers tonight. As we said, game 4 of the season set. LA is up 2-1 in this series. So the Kings needed to balance out the season series tonight, but more importantly, they just need a win to keep pace with the Phoenix Suns, who won last night in New Orleans. Devin Booker was awesome in that game. He had 52 for the Suns last night. Who's going to step up and be that guy for the Kings? Is it going to take a Herculean effort from De'Aaron Fox down the stretch tonight? Is he going to have to go for 40-plus? Is Domas going to have a 20-20 night or something crazy to get the Kings over the top against a very good Clippers team that comes in? They're looking to go perfect on their trip here. 3 straight wins back east, stopping over in Sacramento before going home to take on the Nuggets on Thursday in Los Angeles. The G-Man has taken his seat. It means it's time for Kings Live pregame. It's coming up next. Thanks for listening into Game Night. Keep it tuned all evening long. We've got you covered. Kings and Clippers right here on Sacktown Sports 1140. Have a great night, everyone.
Beam Team, whether you're headed to Golden One Center or watching the Kings game with friends, follow the Go Safely game plan. Just like the Kings have a game plan on the court, you should have one when you're on the road. Designate a sober driver, use public transit, or a ride-hailing service. Stick to the Go Safely game plan. Don't let yourself or your friends land a technical foul by driving impaired. Celebrate a sober ride home. That's always a win. Go Safely, California, from the California Office of Traffic Safety and Caltrans.
We mark every inch that our kids grow.
Whoa, look how tall you're getting.
And watch them outgrow, well, everything.
This shirt is way too small.
But there's something else that can grow that we don't see. It's what doctors call toxic stress. It's how a child's body responds to difficult experiences, from harsh language to a painful loss. There are steps parents can take to help. Learn 4 things you can do to overcome toxic stress at first5california.com.
Fans, the NBA playoffs are on their way. But before they begin, it's the SoFi NBA Play-In Tournament.
Winner advances, the loser goes home.
8 teams vying for the last 2 spots in each conference.
Hurry!
Some teams will get in.
Do or die.
Others, they're coming up short.
Forget about X's and O's. Who wants it more?
It's now or never. The playoffs are calling, but first, you gotta win to get in. The SoFi NBA Play-In Tournament, April 16th through 19th on ESPN and TNT.
Filling up on quality top-tier gas for less at Arco is an easy win. A light the beam kind of win. A quality win on quality gas. I think that makes it a win-win. Or is it a win-win-win? Either way, it's a whole lot of quality and a whole lot of winning. So what are you waiting for? Head to your nearest Arco and take the win with quality top-tier gas for less. Savings based on an independent retail price survey. Arco, proud partner of the Sacramento Kings.
This is the Sacramento Kings Audio Network.
Fox, he fires for the win. He's got triple, 7/10 of a second remaining.
It's time to feel the roar.
A two-hand jam has me on my feet. This is one of those magical moments. Our jam with it right now. There's the play of the year. He's got the bucket. He threw that one up in the lights, and it came down and hit nothing but net.
It's time to light the beam.
We hear you. Light the beam.
Kings Live Pregame is presented by Ticketmaster.
Ticketmaster is the official ticket marketplace of the Sacramento Kings and the NBA.
Here's Jason Ross and the high flyer Henry Turner.
We welcome everyone joining us along the Sacramento Kings audio network, where today the Sacramento Kings closing out a 5-game homestand as they welcome in the Los Angeles Clippers. We're down to the precious few games to go with the postseason starting in just a couple of weeks. The Kings are hoping to be involved in that as far as a team in the postseason. Still, there are some play-in opportunities as well. Clippers looking good, but they're always trying to improve their standing as well. It is the fourth and final matchup of the regular season between these two teams. Clippers won the first two. The Kings won the most recent game. Jason Ross here with you. We'll have the